Three,
Three,
two.
two. Hello!
Hello.
Hi!
From the international my house. Hello.
No one witnessed
International
my
House
awesome
of
attack.
Bitches.
Hi, International House of Kadia.
It's
Are you
like
literally
the house
only
of waffles, but
Okay,
I don't
yes,
have any waffles.
good old eye hack.
I hack. It would be I hawk. Thank you.
Incredible. Anyways,
Well, if you say it country enough, you could.
I hack. So, anyways, welcome back for another session of Rising Gods.
woo.
Thank you all for joining
Hey.
me. I suppose you're wondering why I've gathered you here today. The reason for that being that I would like somebody to recount.
Sweet. Surely you remember most of what happened last week.
I do.
Would you like to share with the class?
Oh, fine. Yes. Last week we left the town. Was it a town or more of a village? It wasn't very big.
That
right?
was a
That was a city.
That was a whole ass city.
Right, but we
That
weren't
was a
staying.
capital city.
Weren't we staying like on the outskirts though?
You
No.
were in it.
What?
Like
No.
I listen. My memory is legendarily bad.
Yes, I know.
We left the city to make our way down towards Ria's family, Ria's castle, one might say, because we're worried that our friend is being attacked by the associates of what's her face.
Zanesha.
Yep. And I'm so sorry. I was trying to pull up notes because I actually have notes for that name, but I never have it open when I need it.
Ain't that the way?
So
I have names. I have a whole bunch of names.
We did some shopping. We sold some items. Did we actually sell anything? We got the loot. I know that we got the loot for the boss. I don't know if we actually sold anything or if we did any shopping other
You
than what
talked
Paige.
out of character of what you wanted to sell, I believe, because you were heading to the Orium because you were going to
Right.
buy and sell stuff.
Right, and once we got there.
Yeah.
But we basically we left. We started the journey in Paige Turner's cart, which is very generous of her to continue to allow us to stay in. Rent free, I might add, which is a little odd. I might want to look into that. And we had been traveling for several days, I believe. And one of the adventures or one of the activities that 20 would do would be to go hunting to get us food. And Emmy decided to go with him on one occasion and tried to wild shape into lion and failed spectacularly. Turned into many things, including a human whose name we do not know because I don't know it. There's only one person at this table that does know it. Yes, it's James. But it is a human that has been seen by some of the party once before. It is a shape of Emmy, but has not been seen and is not one that can be turned into voluntarily. She followed 20 back to the cart in a very awkward journey because she was wearing no clothes, and 20 was weirded out's not quite the right word. Awkward.
I
Like
believe the word you're looking for is embarrassed.
bashful. Most of the group remembered her. She was much more talkative and much more cheerful this time because she was much less confused as to what the hell was happening. She explained a lot about Emmy, how she can't talk to Emmy and Emmy can't talk to her, but they're the only two that are like that. All the rest can talk to each other. She has some memories of what happened to her in 20. They were not good, pleasant memories. And she took opportunity to tell every person in the group what Emmy really thinks about them, because Emmy would never say that, and she doesn't care because Emmy can't yell at her later. And that was about where we ended the session. We did like it was a very heartfelt, touching moment for me as a player. I finally got to tell all my players what Emmy really thinks, which was generally really good things about everyone. Um, and then she asked Mars and really everyone, but it was directed at Mars. To stop keeping secrets from Emmy, because Emmy would follow her into hell, and if someone's going to follow you into hell, they at least deserve to know why. And that's when we ended the session.
Thank you, Squee. And inspiration, if you don't already have one.
Um,
I
I'm
think
on
you
my
gave
notes
yours
now, so I don't know.
away.
No, I have one, so I will give this one
Oh.
away.
I don't have one.
You may have one.
Yeah.
I also don't have one.
Oh, give it to the birthday boy.
Right. Birthday boy, you can have one.
Thank you.
Woo, birthday boy!
Woo!
Happy birthday to ya.
Ba, ba, ba,
That song
ba.
is copyrighted.
Yeah.
Not
That's
if you
as
sing it the
much as
wrong
we
key.
can do.
Not if you sing it terribly.
Sing it backwards.
Actually, interesting story. If you speed up most songs by like 300%, the YouTube auto checking bots can't really recognize the
Doesn't
song.
catch on.
Yeah.
And they sound great.
And that's why Nightcore is invincible.
Correct.
I personally like the idea that they refuse to copyright you because it would be admitting that that is their song, and they don't want anyone to associate whatever that mess was that I sang with their music.
No one wants to be associated with Nightcore. Oh my gosh. Anyway. Alright. And with that, I believe we made all of the rolls last time for those of you that had been doing your readings and all of that.
Yeah. I can brew now.
Got the big smarts.
You can
These
brew
smart
now.
people. I rolled to fix everybody's shoes.
You did fairly well. Emmys are a
No,
little.
you ruled to make people shoes.
Emmy's
Make
just sitting
new
there
shoes
crying
for
'cause she has
everybody.
no Emmys. No Emmys.
Emmys! She also
Emmys
doesn't have any
left.
Emmys.
No, now she has very fancy tiny shoes.
Yeah. You know what? She'll wear them. Like, she will literally
Oh.
spend about half a day doing the dog and booties walk and then get used to them.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I've seriously considered getting those for Alita for when we go hiking.
Oh no. Oh my goodness.
Muttlucks are awesome. That's all I gotta say. They're the best.
Mutts are awesome too.
The shoes.
So are
I know.
locks.
The dogs as well.
Are they like Warlock ducks?
Yes.
They should be. If they're not already. Right, so you guys had made it just a bit past the border between Damaris and Namar. The rest of the journey, where shall we head first, my dear players?
Oh, we should note my my human form remains for an hour, eats a lot of food, and then disappears. Or did you have more for that and you wanted to go where we were going?
No. I don't have anything else for that.
Gotcha. Then yeah, the rest of the time she would spend talking merrily with everyone, sitting next to Mars, and she's very touchy-feely. Like, likes to play with hair, puts head on shoulders.
Oh, so
Would-
her and Mars are best buddies at this point.
Well,
Because
and
Mars
she's-
has all of that.
She'd spread the love around. Like, she'd come over to like JB at one point and like wrap arms around JB,
Oh no.
and then immediately, like, I'm assuming the reaction would not have been a positive one.
You would be correct.
Yeah, and then she would be like, Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry. And then like have one of those things where she's quietly walking like backwards. But and then she disappears. And Emmy comes back and just sits up. And then I guess whoever's close is probably Mars. That was unpleasant. What did I miss?
Oh, welcome back. So it seems that I suppose she's not really in the other you. The the woman, when you were stuck with the mask, she makes the gesture. She came back. I she she came back, and we had a lovely talk, and she was very sweet and extremely energetic. And she ate quite a bit. And she seems very lovely, and she still doesn't have any memories as to who she is, though she does seem to have a few memories that are less than pleasant. And she glances over at 20.
Emmy just stares. I have no memory of this.
That makes sense. Important question. So when all of that happened, what do you remember of the last, like, it was like a good 2 hours or so, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you remember of the last 2 hours?
The last thing I remember, I was hunting with 20, and I tried to change form, and it was unpleasant.
I see. And after that, was it just a cut to black and now you're here, or did you feel like you were trapped somewhere? Was there any sensation of time lost, or perhaps being in some sort of limbo state? Or I suppose I should, like, she just like stops herself, waits for an answer.
There's a long pause, and then it was quiet. Blissfully quiet.
Oh, interesting. But you felt the normal passage of time, correct?
I thought I was dreaming, but yes, I think so.
Interesting. And did it feel like you were in a dark room?
Yes. Why do you ask?
Fascinating. She nods to herself, because that is what she experiences. It's she described it as though she's locked in a room away from all of the others, away from you, and she can't communicate.
She, again, like, long pause is like they're assessing everything that has been told to them.
Mhm.
And then she just looks at Mars. I suppose sometimes I envy her then.
She nods slowly. Understandable. It seems the more powerful you get, the more crowded your mind becomes.
Emmy nods. There are more voices now.
I
But
see.
They will be useful.
That is true, but it.
She kind of glances around and then back at Emmy.
If this is causing you pain and distress, maybe we should look into ways to help dampen it a little bit. Not cut them off, just give you room to think and breathe a little.
I can assure you they cause me less distress than your thoughts cause you.
Ooh! Alright, yep.
So if we should be helping anyone, it should be you first. Though when we have seen to Ria's family, we should, if it's all right, take a look at the town Gaius told us about.
Yes, the one with the very weird antlered deer? Elk or deer? Which?
DM, it was an elk, yes?
Yep.
Yeah. Emmy will nod. Definitely an elk. In fact, yes, absolutely an elk.
Shakes her head.
Well, both of them looked far too much like horses, but it's fine. Right. So we can definitely take a look at the town. I would like to ask,
A giant stag, gotcha.
I did want to. You made a very excellent point, and I have explained things very briefly before, but not well. Not in a way that is meaningful, especially to you, and that's not fair. All of you should understand why all of this is important, at least to me, and I suppose you can decide for yourselves if it is something that is important to you as well. But firstly, I would like to ask that we give the inland sea a good bit of birth. Um, just for now, because that is where my home is.
Why wouldn't you want to go home?
Because I ran away. And I'm not.
She pauses and swallows kind of hard and forces a kind of a shaky smile.
I'm not strong enough to go back yet. I know that I have to. I have accepted that reality, but I can't do it yet. Not yet.
Why do you need strength to go home?
Because if I am not strong enough, they may kill me.
Why would your pack seek to kill you?
Um, at that point, she kind of scoops Emmy up and gives like a little hug to her. And ushers everyone to kind of gather around and sit down for a bit of a story time. Story time. Yes. Um so I don't know how much any of you know about the island. Most likely not all that much, because we have been isolated for several, many hundred years at this point. I don't. It was. How long was it, Katia?
Oh dear God.
Yeah, because I feel like we changed it like 3 times, and now I can't remember which is.
At least, what
At
was it?
least 500, if not more so.
Yeah.
So we've been isolated for 500 years at the very least, but time feels strange on the island. We were isolated because there was an outbreak of a plague, and the mainland did not want it to spread to the rest of them. So we were quarantined and dying. Oh, Jesus, yeah. Almost a millennia. Um, and as such, we were dying. Dying very quickly. But someone, the council specifically, I suppose, found our god buried beneath the island, and he offered a cure, one that would save all of us. And so we drank of the cure, and we were saved. The council has been taking care of the island since then, and keepers are recruited from a very young age to be trained to. I. We were told that we were there to protect and worship and honor the god, but I don't know how much of that is true anymore. A while back, there was a town, and I stayed there too long. A man there was translating a book that we had found, which I did not realize at the time had rituals that are connected to the god of the island. And it destroyed the town. And I feel that this and the activities with the cults are connected.
Why is that?
Because they use the same symbols.
the imagery that we've been finding in these temples and these desecrated places of worship, they hearken to imagery we have been using for centuries on the island. I worry that I worry that the goal of all of this is to spread whatever our god is to the rest of the continent. And believe me when I say this will not end well. The reason I ran away is because I saw what our god truly was. What it. She stops herself and just clutches at Emmy and shuts her eyes tight. I never thought about what evil was until that day. And I think I saw what it was when I ran. What real, true evil looks like. It's not just the island either. The waters around the island are full of dangers. It's one of the reasons why fishing is one of the most dangerous professions on the island. And finally, she looks down at Emmy. She said that you would follow me into hell and back, and that I should explain why we are doing this, so that you would understand fully. The reason that we have to go back, that we have to stop this, is because if we don't, it's going to end the world as we know it. All of the sacrifices, all of the rituals, the undeath and the demons, it will spread. She pauses and shakes her head like a plague. I can't let that happen.
Emmy stares at you for a long time. And in your mind you hear, then we will stop it. I am confused. Well, did you not feel safe telling your family? Did they not run away with you? Did they not seek to help you?
There's the start of tears. Would that I could have, but no. I I genuinely don't think that they. She pauses, and the tears start welling more. Maybe ought, but my mother, my father, my sister, they would have thought I was crazy. My mother has been fanatically devoted her entire life. My sister is a guardian in the temple. She would die before abandoning her post. Certainly kill me before allowing me to abandon mine.
Emmy's eyes widen. Um, you can see Emmy starting to like tremble. And then in your mind, you would hear, "Then we will go there someday and show them what family is supposed to mean."
The tears become full on waterworks, and she just nods and buries her face in Emmy's side.
Emmy is still trembling. Like, I was gonna say like a chihuahua, but no,
Oh.
not from like cold or fear. Like, you can tell she's enraged.
So like
No,
a
that sounds like
chihuahua.
a chihuahua. Yeah.
Fair enough, like a chihuahua.
Vibrating with rage is just their default mode, Squee. I don't
I
know if
thought
you've
they
ever
were
met one
just
of
They're-
those.
wolf.
They're not cold. They're not shaking in fear. They're vibrating in rage.
I just thought they were cold.
No.
Okay, so there's some times where my optimism gets the better of me.
Yes. But yeah, eventually she looks up at everyone else and goes, I understand if this is more than what you bargained for, or if this is too dangerous for you, I wouldn't fault you for trying to leave, but if you're willing to help me, we need everyone and anyone that we can against this. But I wouldn't fault you for not wishing to join me.
No, no. You are the best family I have ever had. And if Emmy's going and you're going, then I'm going. And we would do the thing.
Thank you, Tony.
20, yeah, in your head you hear, well spoken.
Well, you don't mind helping me with my thing, right?
Killing your stepbrother?
Yeah,
Oh, no,
killing
that's fine.
or horribly maiming. I'm still trying to decide.
We
By
can
the way,
figure it out
deposing.
on the way.
Deposing him from the throne.
At the very least, yes.
I
Well,
don't
maiming
quite.
or killing him would likely do both of those.
Yes. Well, if
Looks over at Holly.
you're willing to help me, I'm fine with helping you. He's just gonna shrug.
I do think there is some merit in making others live as the life of an outcast. Doesn't always have to be maiming or murder.
Yeah. That is
Mars,
true.
everyone here has something they're running from. Um, I think all of us are here to help because it's the right thing to do.
Glances over at JB, who's been very quiet in the background.
They're quiet, but they are watching you. And when the room falls silent,
Hang on.
hanging on.
Huh?
What are you inciting here?
She's searching for judgment
No judgment.
or fear.
Just sort of camaraderie, I suppose. Like you can look at somebody else in your classroom and know that they also failed that test. Like it's just that, ooh, yep, same.
Gotcha. Same trauma.
Same, hey. But they will speak up. It seems not so long ago that I also came forward and told you of my plight under the impression that it was too much opposition to bring others forward to face with me. I was suitably deposed of this notion, as it is not my choice to make whether someone would love you enough to stand with you.
Of course. I've actually, we fought a red dragon before. Looks down at Emmy.
You see their eyes widen. What?
DM,
Mm-hmm.
can I roll a nature check to know if Emmy knows if that was like a young dragon, or like if she even knows all this?
Yeah.
Because she's right. We did fight one. Yeah, Emmy just nods.
Yes, the town that was destroyed was being assailed by a red dragon and kobolds in their mines. But we were able to chase the dragon off, and the kobolds were taken care of, although they were resurrected at one point. But it's fine because we took care of them again, even though the town was destroyed.
It was also a little baby dragon, not a big dragon.
Would
do
Holly
we
know that?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
'Cause
why
Holly
Emmy was
wasn't
rolling.
Yeah, Holly wasn't there for
Oof.
that bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn it, that was
Holly
somebody else.
joined
I'm
after.
sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, totally forgot. Never
But
mind.
that's why Emmy was rolling, because does Emmy know the difference between dragons? She's met one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is no, she does not. So Emmy's just nodding. And
Yep.
even in JB's head would say, a difficult opponent, but certainly one that is defeatable.
You see, JB is like standing there staring, openly gaping at you. I think you and I may be speaking of different things.
No, I'm fairly certain it was a red dragon.
If it were a red dragon of the type of which I speak, you would not be standing before me.
Oh, like pauses, blinks a little bit. So there are different types of dragons? Red dragons specifically? Or I'm
A dragon's power grows with its age. Approximately how large was this dragon you? They give you a toothy, nervous smile, chased off.
Hey God, how big was that wormling?
It was large size, wasn't it?
Boop, 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 boop. Wormlings are medium.
Oh. In your mind, JB, you would hear Emmy go, about the size of bear.
as
Though
Mars
longer.
like points over at 20, about the size of him, not standing upright. They were mostly laying down on a bed of gold, for the most part. So I didn't really get a good gauge of the size of it, but
The, uh, I apologize. Perhaps I should have taken your lack of reaction as a sign when I told you. If 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 we are making comparisons, 20 standing at his full height would be perhaps the breadth of one of her teeth.
there's like a pause where you can see the gears grinding, the calculations flying across her face as she glances over at 20.
We are talking about a creature that could move mountains if it wanted to. We are talking about a creature that dug out a volcano specifically because she wanted her lair to be hotter. We are talking about a creature that, in the span of less than half an hour, wiped a town of 15,000 people off the map.
Oh,
What you thought was likely a wormling, an infant, perhaps no more than a few months to a few years old.
you can almost hear the click in her head as everything finally settles into place. Oh, uh, well, that's certainly larger than I. Like clasps her hands together and like does the pyramid fingers squinty eyes as she's like trying to get a scale in her head.
JB, in your mind, you would hear, and it is hunting you.
Of my suspicion.
Another long pause, yeah.
I don't know what she's doing exactly.
Then we need to grow stronger.
Side note, we may also want to um invest in some favors or something with the god. That might work. The only other thing I can think of is maybe dropping a building on it, but I, I I've got no idea. Something that huge? No idea.
I mean, if you know some gods, guys, I'm sure we could use the favors.
Yeah.
I wouldn't advise asking mine.
No.
I will consider what I know. She is a creature to be extremely wary of, even in the best of circumstances.
For now, we'll keep moving, keep practicing, training, growing stronger.
JB smiles a little weakly at you, Mars. Strange how these conversations continually mirror each other.
Mars, who was at that moment like kind of shape watering like a very teeny tiny version of herself and then like a much larger version of the dragon that she saw before, trying to get like a sense of like comparison, drops it. Just yes, that's it's very odd.
I suppose
So
then, for as long as it will take, I will trade my troubles for yours. It is a terrible feeling to feel that you alone must solve a problem of such magnitude. But you are markedly not alone.
she nods and there's a small smile. And the same goes for you.
If you wish to reconsider, I would not be offended.
No way, not a chance. A dragon sounds fantastic. I'd love to fight one of those.
Have you actually met a dragon before?
Nope.
20?
I just know that they're really big.
I
That's it.
see.
And JB, who could definitely see the little shape water thing you were doing.
Yeah, it was just like
Um,
off to the side on the log next to her and just immediately dropped in a little puddle.
Yeah, JB will wave a hand, and the shimmering outline of a dragon will appear with you the size of a splinter next to its head.
To
Yep.
me.
Yep. That checks.
A smile spreads across his face.
That,
Oh,
well,
that's little.
this will make for an epic tale for sure. One that people will toast to for many centuries to come.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, if we're trying to take down a god or a giant cult, nods over to um Mars. And I mean, what's a dragon?
Indeed.
We can probably figure something out with the Orium. If we do enough favors with them, they might be willing to help us. That's my thought.
For now, I think I will speak to Gerard. He already knows more of the situation. I will see if he would be willing to get me information.
I see. There's a long pause, and finally she looks back over at JB. We have, or Holly and I have spoken with them on many multiple occasions, but my coming from the island has not been something that I've disclosed before. Mostly because when they heard me speak in the local language, there was a bit of a unpleasant reaction. But do you believe that it would be safe to tell them the rest of my story?
since we're going to be going there anyways.
Well, feel like they're our best chance for help.
If you choose to do that, I feel it would behoove you to make your motives extremely clear.
He nods. That is fair. Okay.
You understand that this would essentially be prostrating yourself before them for judgment. Once you are within their sanctum, whatever they judge, you must accept.
There's a very shaky smile. I am well aware. Also, we've been traveling for about a month now? Or no, it's been about 10 days, right?
Yeah, like close to. Yeah. Like a third of a month, yeah.
Okay. About how long will it be until we get to Joris, is where the Arium is?
Mm-hmm. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Give me a sec, because my thing is not on there. Like 14 more days-ish?
Okay,
It's
so
like a
it'll be
couple of
close.
weeks.
Yeah, so it'll be close to a month between Haida and Joris. Okay. Um, she nods and looks at the group as a whole. Well, if we trust the if we trust the Orium and we believe that they are our best ally at this point, then I think it would be a good idea to bring them into the loop a bit more. Perhaps work to coordinate with them rather than giving them drive-by bits of information. Drive-by isn't a vernacular that she would have. It's fine.
Carriage by.
You could do a
definition.
drive-by on a carriage.
Carriage by.
Yeah.
Erratic bits of information. Was there anything that we needed to do while we were there, aside from general shopping?
Find books on gods and dragons.
I suppose that would be a good one.
Emmy would nod and she would probably like say this one at a time, like to Mars and then JB and then Gaius and like down the line. When fighting an enemy that is stronger than you, there are 3 ways to take it down. Be stronger than it, gain allies that can make you stronger than it, or understand a weakness that makes it weaker than you. We should focus on one or all.
Correct. I wonder, why is it that this dragon wanted to have a warmer lair? Did it just not like the cold? Is it weak to cold? He's gonna
She
shrug.
was, at the time, brooding a nest of eggs. I wonder if the wormling you encountered had some connection with this.
Hmm.
She is not, to my knowledge, weak to the cold, but she does not like the water. It was the one place she would not follow me.
Interesting.
So how do you drown a dragon?
Very carefully.
First, you put a scratch and stiff snicker at the bottom of the pool.
Lure it
I
in.
know that joke.
Lure it in.
No, that's only gonna work for 20. We don't. We don't need to be down the barbarian. Can we? Can we
That's
not?
fair. That's fair.
Only after we get revivifying.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is we tie JB at the bottom of a pool
Oh.
to lure
Oh
it in.
God.
Oh, great! Yeah.
Well, if it doesn't follow, then it's not going to go in.
Listen, either it goes in and dies, or it doesn't go after JB and JB's safe. It's win-win.
Yeah, that's
JB
fair.
doesn't die, just sitting at the bottom of a pool.
Just
How
constantly
long?
casting breathe water.
Yeah. How much air do you have in that bag of holding again?
Not enough.
Enough.
It'll be fine. Anyways, so yeah. I feel like expectations have been reset to a proper standard. Um,
The gist of what Gaia says, like, hey, if you're helping me with my stuff, I'll help you with your stuff. That's fine.
yeah.
Just help me with my stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, I love the generosity there. If you help me just kill this, mortal man, I'll help you take out an ancient dragon and a god. That seems fair.
I
Listen,
mean,
it's
to be
not
fair,
about.
they're getting the better end of it.
No, I'm saying, yeah, he's being very generous.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that's fine, that's good.
I mean, it's the one thing he wants. Kind of ruin his life.
He's not a good haggler.
Yeah, it's not about
has
the
a gambling
scale of
problem.
things. It's the emotional impact.
Emotional
And,
damage.
Emotional.
Burn, we're all agreeing to take on an ancient red dragon and a god. I think we all have gambling problems.
I mean, yeah.
I took a calculated risk, but boy, am I bad at math. Anyways, was there anything else that we needed to talk about before we head off to the Arium?
I don't believe so, but I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
Emmy will hear at some point in her head. Gotta make a fire. Gotta make a fire.
Emmy, who's about to say something to JB, has one ear rotate like a radar dish. Even though, it's an instinct, she's not actually hearing it, right? Turns towards 20. What's 20 doing?
It looks like he's gathering firewood.
We are currently moving, right? The cart is moving.
Are we
at the
moving?
moment,
Yeah.
I
Oh.
think.
I
Well,
thought
I
we were
said it-
having a
well,
powwow.
I said at some point, so at this point will
Oh
be
yeah.
when they're at a
Gotcha.
break.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Emmy will keep an eye, but I mean, what harm could come from this? What is firewood?
Oh, bits of tree that he's hacking off with his sword.
Oh, okay, outside. Gotcha.
Oh.
Gotcha.
There goes the cartwheels.
So two things. One, Emmy would go to JB, and again in their mind, I apologize for not understanding the gravity of the situation before. I feel compelled to tell you I have no idea if I am capable of helping protect you from that thing. But I will do what I can, and if I cannot, it will be an honor to die at your side.
Okay. JB crouches down so that they are at least somewhat on eye level with Emmy. I would ask you not to apologize for what you do not know. And I would ask you not to die for someone who does not deserve it. The fact that you are willing to stand with me is enough.
Emmy stands up on her hind paws and gently but quickly bumps her forehead against JB's, and you hear in your mind, agreed. I will not die for someone who doesn't deserve it. But I will die for you, if need be. And we'll then go to who's driving the cart.
Paige?
Yeah, would that be Paige?
Yep.
Emmy will go outside or go up to the there's got to be like a way to talk to the driver, yes, or see the driver. Go up there and then in their mind, Paige, if you happen to see an enormous red dragon approaching, please be sure to let us know. And then just walks away.
And she's sort of just nodding, like, okay. Wait, what?
The whiplash on this girl's neck. She's gonna pull a muscle. Oh my god.
It's prudent. Oh.
This poor woman.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, one other thing. Mars would offer to JB and honestly anyone else who would want to learn to teach them how to speak the language of the island in case they might possibly hear it on the wind or something, because that might be important.
You
Holly
really got
is
off of that to 20.
there
Nope.
for that, taking notes.
Nope.
Emmy as well. I mean, she can't speak it, but she can Chewbacca. Understand it.
I'm sure Emmy and Holly's trying to practice her pronunciation, and Emmy's like, no, that's not it. Say it with more R.
It's Leviosa, not
Not
Leviosa.
Leviosa.
Emmy can't help you with pronunciation. Such things don't exist mentally.
But yeah, so whoever wants to sign up for that extracurricular, just
Okay,
let her
Sign
know.
up for extra languages.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yep.
JB's always a slut for language.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 20 is on board.
Speaking of
boy.
extracurricular, this whole time,
Aw.
Holly wants to be wants to get some books from Paige that Holly will pay for. On religion and fables, folklore, and items of power.
We just need library cards to rent out the books that we're constantly reading through. Just here's some gold, thank you for for the opportunity.
I can give you books on magic, magic items, magic history. Magic.
Let's start a reading list.
Oh boy.
And
Does not have books on gods and folklores and things like that.
Holly, uh, Mars had given Holly the book, right? The fucking
Honey has a
Kalos's
book somewhere.
ruler. Oh no, that's in the book hoard. So technically JB has it.
Yep.
So Mars would suggest that Holly start reading that.
yeah, that's I forgot we had that.
Mm-hmm.
So Holly will start reading that book and magic items book. Any books?
Magic 101.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how much would I have to pay for the book? It's fine.
It's not even a book, it's in like an IKEA catalog.
Right. It's a little brochure.
Yeah.
The College of Winterhold.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. But yeah, no, that's not a problem. Book will be 10 gold.
Okay.
Bit of a discount for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Anything else before we make our way towards the Orium?
I guess there's gonna be a bunch of people making smart rolls to see if they learn a new language.
Yep. You've got 2 weeks.
It didn't it?
It didn't.
It didn't.
How many should we
Da-da-da-da.
roll?
1 per day.
Yep.
Oh, shit,
All
so
so
intelligence,
14?
yes.
Depending on when Mars starts it.
So because she is actively teaching them, would this be giving anyone advantage, or is it just like straight rolls?
I mean,
And can I inspire the class with a dirty limerick beforehand?
Before we
reading
get to
smut?
that, can we hear what Squee was gonna say?
I was just gonna say, you teaching us is how we can even learn.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
That is true.
So unless we had a second teacher or dirty limericks,
Oh my god.
Go ahead, dirty limerick. Dear God. I
Nope,
need
can't
a
say
drink.
that.
She doesn't even have one. She's scrolling
No,
through
I
Google right now.
don't. I don't
Like,
have one.
shit.
There once was a man from East Kent whose tools were so long that it was bent. To save her some trouble, he folded it in double instead of. Well, he just went.
Huh.
Leans over to Gaius. I don't get it.
No. Puzzlingly get a D8 for one of your rolls.
Cool.
please just learn the language so she stops.
Alright,
Yeah.
so Mars, how many of these are we making? Because it's up to you.
As many as you guys want. Like she feels like you guys learning this language will be important going forward, especially if we happen to like hear someone speaking it, or even if it's just being used as a code. Like it seems like an important thing for you guys to know. So I guess roll until we hit 14 or until you get 10 successes.
This one will actually be a bit different, but yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
different?
go for it.
Since there's so many of us, should we do them one at a time?
Please.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So
how about, how about-
I'll go last because I
yeah,
have a
just
1.
I'm just gonna roll 14 d20s.
Mhm.
And
that's fair.
I'll just use the d8 on the lowest on one of them. How's that? Does that sound fine, DM?
Sure. Do you have an int bonus?
Yeah, +4.
Uh,
So I'm just gonna
Oh,
roll
Jesus. Okay.
14 d20s.
So anything above a 9.
Yeah. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll use the d8 on the 10.
Okay.
Well, no, you already got it with that, right?
That's
That would
1,
be
2,
a
3, 4, 5, 6,
14.
7, 8.
I told you this one's going to be different, so you're assuming that you know the DC for
Okay,
this.
never mind.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do it on the 10. So that 10's now an 18.
Okay.
Ooh.
Or-
So
18 plus 4, so 22.
okay, so we have over 20. That one's a 16. That's over 20. That's a 20. 16. Hold up.
16 is 20.
No, I know. I'm like the
Sorry.
17 is over 20. The 12 is a 16. The 19 is over 20. 16 is a 20. 12 is over 20.
Gotcha. I figured this would just be easier. Alright.
Yeah. You have 7.
7, fantastic. What should I mark it as? What's the language called, I mean? Molaki?
Mars,
Malarkey.
would you like to let them know what your language is?
It's undercommon.
Gotcha. Alright, cool. Undercommon 7 of 10.
Bold of you to assume it's 10.
Okay. 7 of question mark.
Yep.
Alright, that's me.
Okay. Oh dear. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So. Four.
Yay.
4 of question mark.
Next.
Is it easier to do the Is it easier to do the rolling 14 all at once?
It doesn't matter. Whichever you prefer.
All of these are +5. Oh, Jesus Christ, JB.
Plus 5.
Yeah.
Oh, honey.
So.
You
okay.
got a 20.
And 4
4
crit
ones.
ones.
That's...
Those are shit rolls. Holy
Wow.
hell.
Okay, so. Plus 5.
This language is really tripping you up. Damn.
It's like I've never seen anything like that. Is that an S or a fucking R? Is that a Q? What is that?
Is that a
Tonal
double
language.
It's
Q?
actually a 7.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a numeric value. Sorry, we haven't gotten that far yet. You're jumping a little ahead. Oh, you skipped a page. That's why.
4.
Mars has made little worksheets.
You have
Can I
4.
drop a D8 on one if I did a near miss?
Sure, you can drop a D8. Five.
Okay.
All right. I'll
Those
go.
4 ones is brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
just JB's fucking luck.
you can go ahead and add a solid 1 to each of these.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Complete opposite of JP's.
I'll
Jesus.
go ahead and roll. I guess I'll roll the d8 on that 10. It's kind of hard. Gotta guess just which
Mhm.
one. 12. No, 13 technically.
Okay.
Yep.
So 6.
What do you mean there's no past tense?
Sorry, objects are technically gendered, which is very confusing and a little weird. And the genders also switch depending on whether they're present or past or future tense. And
There are actually 4 genders for the objects.
Jesus Christ, romance languages.
Why would objects
fucking
have
suck.
genders? It's not like objects can reproduce. Why do they have genders?
it's French, but worse.
French, Spanish. Jeez.
Yeah, romance languages.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Ugh.
What are you romancing, y'all? Leave the table alone.
The furniture.
Do not tell me how to play my D&D.
I want to seduce the table. Ooh.
Mm.
All right. Anybody else rolling?
Yes.
my
Go get him,
God.
20.
This is what happens. 20 attends. One lesson.
He gets bored so quickly. Mars just ends up giving him like a piece of paper and crayons.
Oh no.
That is as far as he gets. I was gonna roll until he got under a 10. First roll.
That checks. That absolutely.
This poor man.
Oh my
No one
God.
told him it was going to involve learning.
You said you was gonna teach me something. I didn't know I had to memorize it.
So many things. You said one thing.
And then he started counting and I was lost.
He can't even keep track of real numbers, let alone fake ones.
What does the I mean?
Why is it upside down?
You can take the square root of a fake?
Yep.
There's
Uh,
negative fake?
Is that everyone? That was
Yep.
Gaius, Holly. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oddly, he gets the concept of infinity. If I were to make fires that went on forever.
The only numerical value that he actually understands. Eventually, probably around like the halfway through the second week, like if someone's expressing that they're like super frustrated because this shit is hard, Mars will give them a very sympathetic look. I mean, technically, it's a language that's usually used for the higher church or nobles. But well, not nobles specifically, noble houses, which is different from nobles in this territories. But yes, it is. It's a lot if you aren't born into it.
I don't think my tongue makes those sounds.
Oh, you have to press it to the roof of your mouth and then trill.
It's
Mhm.
very intuitive.
While simultaneously pulling it to the back of your mouth and barking.
Are we learning a language or trying to tie a knot in a cherry stem?
Yes.
No, that's.
Oh, you read ahead.
Okay.
Oh,
That's not until chapter 3.
Ah, my mistake.
No wonder
that's
you
the
got
exercise.
lost.
Yeah, that's the exercise to strengthen the mouth muscles. Anyways,
So,
we're here.
what was I the only one that got 7? Did I get the most?
Yep,
Yep.
I
You
got
got the
Yep.
most out of
That's
everyone,
hilarious. Okay.
right? You're used to complicated, noble bullshit languages.
Yeah. Actually, can we say it's kind of like celestial in a sense? Like it's got its own bullshit like hierarchy that you have to keep in mind and stuff like that. Maybe that's why.
Considering you're the only one that speaks Celestial, yes.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
working on it.
I don't mean that as a dig. I mean that as considering you got the most out of everyone, yes.
That's beautiful.
Mm. Like
Um,
you start explaining the verbs and past tense and pretense, and it's like, yeah, makes sense. I understand all of this.
There's also imagined scenarios which gives a much different vocabulary as from real events that have occurred to specify the difference between the two, and also in instances of sarcasm, one has to yes,
Yeah,
it's very important the inflection. Otherwise, you might end up insulting someone, and that's not something that you want to do.
Yeah. You can go from how was your day to your father smelled of elderberries very quickly. And your mother was a herring.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Everyone else is just like, what the fuck?
Your
It's like, yeah,
mother was
angels
a
do the same
herring.
pretentious shit.
Yeah. So, do we make it to the Orium?
You do.
Fantastic.
no dragon attacks. That's good.
Wait, we didn't
Not
roll
that
a
you
D100.
can see. Roll a D100.
Claudia, of all the things I can be sure of in life,
Aw.
if we
So
were attacked
close.
by an ancient dragon, I think I'd notice.
Not if it's invisible.
I think I'd still notice.
Not if it's invisible.
Greater invisibility.
Why are we all on fire?
Oh, this is so weird.
Must have been the wind.
Must have been the wind. Anybody there?
I've been playing a lot of Skyrim lately. Oh, alright. Yeah, no dragon attacks.
Yay.
For now.
Or now. God damn it.
Yay! Go shopping. So,
Yay!
so we approach Joris. So is Gaius's stepbrother's castle just north of there? It's a completely separate town, or does it have jurisdiction over Joris?
Jurisdiction.
Son of a bitch. Oh, that hit me like a ton of bricks.
No regret.
Yeah, I know you don't, you bastard. Anyways, God.
uh, so, yes. So, if we consider that this is the capital, Gaius, you would be able to tell anyone. Your father, was noble, but a bit towards the lesser side. He did have his own castle, but he was not like fucking having an entire portion of the
Yeah, he
the
was
country.
he was just like a marquis, which is
Mhm.
basically just like a military outpost, essentially, but a castle.
Yeah,
not,
he's a
not
general
quite
with a
duke.
big house.
Essentially,
Yeah.
yes. Not quite a duke, but kind of up there-ish.
Okay. Should you, like, like a disguise or something? Would that help? Is there? You're
I'm
not
not-
wanted here, are you?
Fucking hope not. I'm not wearing any of the iconography. It's fine. And if people try to start shit, I'll just punch them in the face.
That works.
There. All right.
I'm going to be completely honest. I'm tired of trying to run away from that asshole.
Oh my god, that's Ravenstone's but
Plus, I've packed on a few pounds. I'm sure nobody will notice.
Oh,
2 whole pounds. They'll never realize.
I have been gone from this castle for years. It's been more than 2 pounds. I've also been heavily drinking.
That's fair.
I have
He's
been
also poor.
destroying my body and mind to disguise myself.
Yes. In fact, DM, can I get a +1 on incidental disguise checks?
I'll do you better. I'll do you one better. Heavily drinking and being gone for 5 years. That's a +2.
It's like advantage because they don't want to look at you.
Damn. That's just
That was
cold, man.
unnecessary. All right. Paint a picture. You're right up to Joris.
It's gonna take a while. I don't have any paints.
Nope.
I'm not versed in painter's tools.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
Can I just use like a piece of printer paper?
Fine, I'll sketch it out. God. So what does it look like?
Lovely, lovely Joris. Let me pull up these notes for you. That's Emmy's town. Do. That's Gaius's castle. That's not what I want. Where the fuck? I'm sorry, my dudes. Hold up. This is fucky.
It's all good.
It's not. Fuck off.
Gotta play elevator music.
Oh, hold on. I got you. Which one is
Welcome to floor 3, housing wares and lawn tools.
And emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
I'm sorry, that's
emotional
floors
damage.
6 through 7.
You mean 6 and 7?
Don't tell me how to do my job.
The elevator just starts getting real sassy.
Oh, now I want to play xylophone.
Is this triggering your band reflex?
Yeah, very much so.
Not mine.
Imagine my surprise when Sib at home always used to practice on this little pad that was a sad excuse for a drum.
Oh yeah, the drum pad.
The
My
drum
sister
pad.
did that.
And she did that every day. And yet the first time I go to like a soccer game that she was playing at, she's dragging out chimes that are bigger than she is. And I'm like, what? That's not what
Yeah.
she plays.
Yeah.
I've seen what she plays.
Percussionists play the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that at the time.
I played the trumpet.
I also played the flute.
Oh God, you poor thing.
I played my social anxiety.
I
think it
played
played
all
you.
stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, one of us played the other like a fiddle. That's all I know.
No, that was our other brother that played the violin.
Not very well. Not very well.
Oh no.
Not very well.
Alright. So, Joris, as you ride up towards it, features many verdant parks and orchards. Let me turn off the elevator music.
Really set in a very specific mood.
Let's see. What does this sound? No. That's good. Naomi's theme is good for this. So, Joris features many verdant parks and orchards. It's known for being the home of a great hero and its sturdy arms and armors. It is governed by Gaius, as you would know, a council of plutocrats. And the races live more or less in harmony here. The housing itself is pretty average, but the flora here is what absolutely sets it apart.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it like a lot of plants, like flowers, or?
Is it a lot of plants? As there's a lot of parks and other things that are plants.
No, I mean you said the flora sets it apart.
There are shit tons of variants of trees and flowers and berries and all sorts of fucking things that are growing around here. You're not even sure if that one's a weed or what the fuck is that.
Mars breaks out the fucking plant book and is just like, I'm not seeing a lot of these in here.
So it's like Druid Town, basically. Out of character.
In a sense, yeah.
That's dope. That's super dope. Cool.
Does it seem like these are like available for people to like pick, or is it one of those things of like, no touching?
The entire town, as far as the flora goes, is open for picking. As long as it's in a, sustainable way. You can take what's good for you, leave a fair amount for everyone else.
Mars is going to take a few samples for her herbalism kit and also a couple extra of each for BB to see if there's like a favorite out of them.
Yeah, absolutely. as you are traveling through the city, more towards the center of it is where you find the Arium's headquarters. And this building it seems very druidic. It is essentially constructed out of the tangled roots and vines that are wrapping up out of the ground and have been just shaped into this large green building.
Oh. I'll head inside.
You head inside.
About how big is BB at this point? Like,
BB?
would this be bumper car kitten status yet?
Well, BB is a tiny creature. So the largest they'll get is bumper car status.
Oh, that's beautiful. But I mean specifically that
Age,
that
yeah.
age range of kitten.
Something around there, yes.
Okay.
Little wobbling around, trying to like buzz the wings a little bit, and they get a little bit of zzz, and they just can't get the motor started.
Mm-hmm. Mars will bring BB with her because she wants to be more like actively trying to train them is the wrong word, but more bond and guide a little bit. And also just make
Stop
sure
being an
that
absentee parent.
yeah, I'm sorry, I keep shoving them off onto Paige. But yeah, she's going to be bringing them along this time.
Okay. The inside of the building itself is also very green. The shelving is just more threaded vines that protrude out into a rounded shelf more. And there are all sorts of different flowers that sprout around. And you can see just the typical magical items that sit on the shelves in your BB&B. Again, there's a counter, but doesn't seem to be anybody manning it. And what looks like almost a curtain of vines at the very back that likely leads to your portal.
Oh. Interesting. I suppose we can do shopping afterwards?
Yeah.
Sure.
Assuming
Makes
they
sense.
don't detain me.
Why would they detain you?
Glances at Gaius.
Have they detained you before?
No, but they didn't know the whole story.
Okay.
Let's just go.
He's gonna lean in and say, you shouldn't stress out about things, and just see what happens.
She like fully stops, and there's a moment where it seems like she's gonna say something, and then she just shakes her head and heads towards the back, unless anyone is wanting to look at stocks first.
No, Emmy's just on your shoulder.
BB is crawling all over Emmy.
Absolutely.
Much unlike her human counterpart, Emmy just looks annoyed. She's putting up with it, but she looks annoyed.
Bunny is saying random things to passerbyers in their head.
Oh my god.
They look around. Like, what
Amazing.
the fuck?
Hello.
Exactly.
You have a funny hat.
Yep.
I like your shoes.
Yep.
Ooh,
That
they're
man
cool.
was in fact barefoot. No.
Ooh.
So is there a mirror like before, or something else we need to go through?
There is. It looks like it's sort of been set into the vines at the back of this place. But there is a mirror.
Gotcha. Mars will hop through.
Okay.
Holly will follow right behind.
You hop through. Alright. Anyone not going?
I think it's pretty safe to say we're all going.
Mhm.
Yep.
Just, double checking.
Always split the
This
party.
time.
I
Every
mean,
time.
with you guys, never know. Alright. You head in. Mars. I would like you to roll me a D100. And while she's doing that, I want Holly, Emmy, just all the rest of you. All the rest of you, please roll me a con save.
Con save.
Jesus.
Wow.
My highest, or my second highest save, and I got a 12.
I
Maybe
was
rolling-
Oh, JB.
They're rolling like a fucking champ today, dude.
Alright. So, that's 1, 2.
Got my name.
Oh shit, you did.
Alright. Awesome. I have to actually open up a whole other page.
Oh
What?
no.
Oh no. I can't tell if I'm excited or afraid.
Yes.
Yes.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Alright. So, just as a reminder, you all have still. Well, everyone but 20 and Mars. You all have continued to just be nauseous for whatever reason. Nothing that you've tried has gotten rid of this. And, let's see. Holly, Gaius, and JB. The three of you have this horrible feeling like you're being watched.
Oh, good. This was not worth mentioning before now, or is this like immediately starting right now?
Well, this is now. I have a timeline.
Was this after we go into the portal?
More or less.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's still very nauseous, by the way.
Did it like increase
No,
going through the portal? Okay.
no,
Really?
nausea's still the same.
We've been nauseous for like over almost a
Like,
full
oh,
month.
A month
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
I mean, just the food on the road, it's not very good.
Mm,
I try really hard, I just can't.
We should try and stock up on some fresh vegetables.
That would be great.
Can I roll a medicine check? Like,
Yeah.
say over the course of the month or something. Let's
Yeah.
see here.
Did I do that? Is that something I'm supposed to do?
I'm
You
sure
can
you could offer
definitely say that that's
advantage.
not normal, Emmy. Let's see. What do you get? You all are definitely sick of some kind. I mean, it's just nausea that you can tell right now. Over this month that you've checked, but I mean, usually if it's like the flu or something, there's other stuff and it goes away after maybe like a week. It's
no.
super fucking weird that you've been nauseous for however long now. A little over a month,
Have they got
if
a
not more than
disease?
that. They've got a disease.
Oh no.
See,
Emmy would yeah, have talked to him and tried different foods and things like that. But I stress, she's good at medicine. She is no doctor.
Mhm.
So yeah.
All right. And Mars, you rolled a 36, yes? Okay. So with that, as you walk in, there is Aya coming out of a door down one of the halls. A friendly face.
Oh, Aya! Immediately starts waving.
She looks up from the papers that she's sorting through. Makes her way over towards you. Hello, what brings you all back?
Oh,
Sorts a few papers.
well, there's a few things that we wanted to go over over with you. Sorry. And we also wanted to go shopping, but that can wait until afterwards. I have some things that I need to tell you, and also we're hoping that we can come to some kind of arrangement in order to benefit both of our causes, which are more likely than not the same cause. I think we've already established this, but I'm yeah.
Raises a brow.
I wanted to also say thank you for mentioning Kurasa. She was very helpful in Heda.
Oh, yes, she was very lovely. I think I didn't actually talk to her all that much but from the interactions that we did have. Speaking of which, that's one of the things that we wanted to talk to you about. But yes, is Gerard here?
Looks around the main area and down the halls. The 3 dividing halls are there. Not that I can tell. I'm not entirely sure where he would be right now.
Glances back at JB. It may be beneficial if he could be part of this meeting. I know that it's very last minute. We probably should have let you know that we were coming ahead of time. That would have been the smart thing to do, to send a sending so that we could prepare a meeting and have it ready ahead of time. It's been a very long few weeks. We've been a little burnt out. Is there any way? Well, Holly, you would be able to send to him, wouldn't you?
Yes, I can try.
He's just down the hall and is like, the fuck?
So Holly will send a sending message to Gerard, asking if he's in the Arium. We would love to talk to him. We have some important information. And we're with Aya.
Of course he's in the Arium. That's his cause.
Huh?
If you mean their headquarters.
Oh, yes.
Unless you've somehow defected, in which case
They're all
don't
demanding.
respond.
Doesn't respond. It's only because like the 5% fail chance didn't go through.
Fuck.
He's now a wanted
spy,
man
I
for no
knew it.
reason.
I knew it. He was a spy all along.
Oh no.
I knew he was too pretty to be real.
He was.
Right?
Did you attempt to disbelieve the illusion?
No.
Everything's real. This is heaven, right? I mean, the
Is this heaven?
no, it's not.
I mean,
But it's the celestial armies, so that's pretty much the same thing, right?
You get back. I'm not in our separate dimension, if that's what you mean at the moment. I am in Aura.
Shit.
he's an Aura.
Oh. Oh shit.
Where the hell is Aura?
Isn't
Ooh.
that like the big main headquarters?
That is their
them?
capital city, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's up. Where is it?
It's up.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
fine. It's on the map somewhere. So it looks like he might not be able to join us, but I'm sure we could give him the notes.
Yeah, of course. So is there a private area where we could speak? Perhaps one of the side rooms that we've used before.
We can certainly see if they're available, and she will lead you off towards them. You all manage to find an empty room.
You have to do the knock knock thing,
Right.
like the changing room people.
Occupied.
Someone getting exercised in there. Occupied.
Meanwhile, there's the
Um,
screaming of the damned in the background.
Jesus.
You hear
No,
really
he doesn't
nice.
exist in this.
You hear really nice flute music as three other angels are just playing to try and drown out the sound.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
Once we are in a once we have gotten into one of the rooms, Mars is going to say, "You should probably, but we can all sit down for this." And she, like, if there's a table, fantastic. If there's like not enough chairs, she will literally just plop a squat like right in the middle of the floor, and just wait for
Okay.
everyone else to sit. Once everyone has sat, she will take a deep breath and pretty much give Aya the same rundown of that she had given everyone earlier, except more detailed, with like the fact that she was a keeper, she was trained, and yeah.
I'm going to stop you.
Uh-huh.
As you start going into this detail, her eyes widen, and she holds up her hands.
Stops.
Alright, that is very good information to have. I do believe we should do this in person, with Kara. And she, like, scrambles to collect all of her papers, shoving them into her little messenger bag thing.
Right, we haven't seen Kara in quite some time, I think.
How is Kara doing?
Oh, you know, she's, like, shoving papers in, leading an angelic army and all of that.
Seemed like she was busy.
I wouldn't know. I've been back and forth across the continent.
Oh? Have they been keeping you rather busy yourself?
She gives you a sideways smile. There's always messages that need to be delivered.
This poor woman who was pretty much told in no uncertain terms something's breaking out of the island that's been contained for a millennia and change. And just, yeah, so how's the weather?
Mm-hmm.
Love Holly.
All right.
Should
She
I
finishes
try
gathering.
and write down an account, or do you want to wait, or how should we go about this?
We should just probably go now.
Go
Right, to her office, I'm assuming.
Something like that. This way, and she starts, like, speed walking towards the door.
glances at everyone else. She's gonna try and make an insight check on Aya. We'll see.
She is freaking the fuck out.
Yup. Is this a freak the fuck out, like, in Mars's direction? Like, does she see Mars as a threat, or just, oh my
No,
god,
This is
oh my god, oh
more,
my god.
holy shit, there's an ancient evil rising.
Okay, yeah, that checks. Mars will speed walk afterward. After
Ollie
her.
will walk up to Mars and go, damn, we should have told them there, maybe should have told them this earlier. We would have gotten better service.
In fact, maybe we should just tell everyone this whenever we go somewhere. I need a discount. Why? Because the world's ending.
And I'm trying to stop it. Thank you.
Yes, we don't.
Yes.
We don't need all of us to turn into Arthur. Jesus. He would tell everybody his PIN number if anybody asked.
You're not wrong.
No. Hey, so what's your
what
social
are the-
security number?
What are the 3 numbers on the back of that
Look
card,
back
real quick?
Oh wait, hang on, let me grab. No, put that back.
But it's for a good time.
Right. They were gonna buy a hot tub.
But they're starving children.
Starving children who are buying a hot tub.
Yeah, they need the hot tub in order to, keep warm from the
Warm up.
cold.
Yeah.
We can buy ourselves a hot tub, but no. Actually, that sounds like a great idea. We should figure out how to install that at the end. Anyways.
In that
You know,
case,
that
what are the 3 numbers on the back?
Anyways, we are speed walk running.
Yep. Out that door, and down the 3rd hall, which is off to the right from where you guys typically come in. You've never been down before. All the way down to the end of it. And on the left side, you see this pale blue, almost shimmering door. And Aya turns the knob, opens it, ushers you all inside, like the waving hand motion. All right, one at a time. Let's
Quickly, ducklings.
let's go.
There's a pause. Wait, so if one at a time mean, like, do Emmy and BB have to go? Okay.
Just go.
Okay. Hurries through the door.
You feel Emmy's claws like slightly dig into you just in case.
You both morph into each other now.
I'll go last.
Okay.
And after everybody has gone, he's going to turn to Aya and say, "We're not in trouble or anything, right?"
If this is, what I think it is, we might all be.
Good. Well, not good, obviously. But I'll shut up now. Have a nice day.
It's fine. Just she pushes you through and follows after.
Jesus. She's gonna. Is she gonna push him so that his back is facing it, or?
No, she like grabs your shoulders, spins you around, and just shoves.
Okay, good. 'Cause otherwise, woof.
No, that's Isabella's job.
Not yet. Anyways.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Not with Gaius. Anyways.
You all head in. Sarah is a very important thing to send. And typically when you go from the material plane to this dimension, the in-between that you pass through is sort of just foggy and gray, and you can see light, sort of, but for the most part it's not really anything there. As you pass through here, it is like the most cliche angelic type passing you can think of. The fog that you're typically used to is instead almost like puffy white clouds, and there's this golden light shining through breaches in between, and you can see pale pinks and purples and oranges that sort of glide between all of the colors. And as you step out, you enter the city of Aura. As you look around, above you, you can just barely see it, but you see this shimmering in the sky, and you follow it, and you realize there's a massive dome above this city. And as you look at the city itself, it is nothing but buildings made out of beautiful golds and silvers. Just the purest light in this area. And it feels so incredibly calming here. And you all get this for just an instant, until Aya pushes through and she's like, all right, this way, this way, this way.
Oh, right, yes.
And leads you through the center street, past this beautiful marble picturesque fountain that could easily be a story, maybe a story and a half tall. This thing is huge. Continuing past that, into this large, nearly golden building. in which she walks up straight past guards wearing silvered armor and opens the door, these large double doors to this building, and pulls with a bit of effort to get it open and just ushers you all inside.
And we head in.
And the inside of this building is something you get to see next week.
Oh, God fucking damn it.
Of course.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
It's
Bye-bye.
true. We will.
Yeah.
Bye!
Or will
Bye.
we?
Bye.
Who knows? Maybe
Bye,
Mars will get
everyone.
arrested and thrown in jail.
That's Holly's
Yeah.
job. Bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye!
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye now!
Okay, bye.